The electrification wave continues to sweep hard and fast through the automobile market, virtually engulfing every automotive category and brand alike, including Stellantis. Following in the footsteps of heavyweights GM and Ford, the newly formed carmaker is looking to launch the electric Ram 1500 EV, a full-sized all-electric pickup truck. We know quite well that many gearheads are curious about what to expect from this relatively unknown brand. But not to worry, because in today's video, we'll be telling you everything we know so far about the Ram 1500 EV. Also in this video, we'll be revealing when this car will officially hit the market. Keep watching to find out. You probably haven't heard the name Stellantis too many times. That is forgivable though, because the brand is basically a new kid on the block. Ram trucks, on the other hand, are well known across the globe, and the manufacturers have consistently maintained a high standard to cement its position as one of the best-selling trucks in the US. And this begs the all-important question: does it have the capacity to produce an electrified version of one of the most iconic pickup trucks on the market? Stellantis was only founded in 2021 as by a 50-50 cross-border merger between Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and the French PSA Group. You could as well call Stellantis a new kid on the block. But if we look at it critically, the company packs several years of car manufacturing experience. Fiat was founded in 2007, more than 10 decades since its predecessor, Fiat SPA, was formed, and exactly 7 years before it became Fiat Chrysler. The French PSA Group, on the other hand, was formed by a merger of Peugeot and Citroën way back in 1976. So on the other hand, Stellantis technically has over 100 years of experience in the automobile industry. Also, we should mention that as a result of that merger, Stellantis has become the parent company of 16 car manufacturing companies, including Alfa Romeo, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Maserati, Peugeot, Ram, Vauxhall, and many others. Exterior design. We hear that the chief designer for this car will be Rafe Gies, and from the pictures we've obtained so far, they seem to be cooking something out of the ordinary. You don't get to see the Tesla Cybertruck levels of polarization. Not sure anybody wants to see that anyway. The 1500 all-electric truck will carry an illuminated Ram logo in front. A sleek beautification panel replaces the traditional grille, and you have other aesthetic features like the twin-bar DRLs, which are wrapped around the LED headlights, as well as an opposing hourglass illustration to amplify the design of the lower bumper further. To complete the futuristic look of the front area of this truck, you've got black inlays that are kind of spilled downwards into the side sills and into the front fender. At the rear, Rafe and his team implemented the futuristic design that was applied to the front. It features LED taillights that run through the entire width of the car and the illuminated Ram logo like we saw at the front. According to Ram CEO Mike Koval, the automaker is still in the process of consulting with the public as regards the design of the pure electric Ram 1500 truck. A lot of our Ram Real Talk feedback is influencing that design. That design will then influence the product that we bring to market, so it's all connected. There's a master plan. So it's best to curtail your expectation because much of what we described earlier could still change before the truck arrives. Interior. We don't know too much about what the interior of the Ram 1500 will look like, but we are quite sure it will be much more attractive than what you'll find in the 1500 Laramie and Jeep Grand Wagoneer. You can expect the usual like an ultra-large infotainment screen, a matching digital instrument cluster display, a heads-up display, and other premium perks such as over-the-air updates and a minimum of Level 2 self-driving technology. Battery, range, powertrain, and performance. We expect that the Ram 1500 electric pickup truck will sit on the Stellantis STLA frame platform. That means there will be enough space to house some heavyweight batteries ranging from the 159 kWh to the 200 kWh battery pack. This, we believe, should be good enough to give you a driving range of 500 and 800 kilometers respectively. Currently, the F-150 Lightning offers the longest range of any pickup truck at 320 miles. So if Stellantis manages to deliver on this promise, it could be a game changer within the pickup truck category. Ram claims that all-wheel drive will be available as a standard option. We don't have any concrete data about the towing capacity of this truck, but we believe that Ram will be able to haul loads above the 10,000-pound mark. We also expect to see some high-end charging technology, as well something like the 800-volt EV architecture or DC fast charging. Other features could include vehicle-to-grid and vehicle-to-load technology to power your personal devices. Based on rumors, the all-electric Ram 1500 will feature multiple powertrain options. For starters, there will be a rear or all-wheel drive single-motor setup, which could deliver a maximum power output of between 200 and 443 horsepower. We hear the dual-motor variant will come with a staggering 885 horsepower, which is almost unbelievable for a battery-powered truck of this size. In comparison, the most powerful Ford F-150 Lightning only churns out 580 horsepower. Interestingly, Stellantis will also introduce a range electric paradigm breaker. Basically, this would act as a range extender. Competitors. You probably have noticed how much we've mentioned to Ford's F-150 Lightning in this video. That's because it's one of the biggest rivals of the electric Ram 1500 truck. Other competitors we imagine will include the Chevrolet Silverado EV, Toyota Tacoma EV, and Hummer EV. Tesla's incoming Cybertruck should slot in among this list as well. Pricing and release date. At one of the making of this video, the exact details of the electric Ram 1500 pickup truck and the type of features it will offer are yet to be released, so we cannot make a definite prediction on how much it would cost. However, we expect it to cost within the current price range of the F-150 Lightning, which is somewhere between $41,000 to $45,000. As with other details of this truck, the official release date is unavailable at the moment as well, but we hear the production model should arrive sometime in 2024. Outro. In truth, the 2024 release date for the Ram 1500 electric full-size truck is quite late. However, Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares believes this is an advantage because the automaker has a great chance to correct the mistakes of its rivals. From the potential features that we've highlighted in this video, it is clear that the carmaker is actively thinking in this direction. What do you make of the incoming electrified Ram 1500? Which features would you like to see it come with? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Be sure to check out this video over here.